questions, but it's a very, very important resource today. The world is moving very, very quickly, and you have to prioritize. You want to be able to do this is the things I'm going to do, these are the things that I'm not going to do. And the fourth is access. Access to the relationships that you require to be able to make things happen. So again, the three skills that answer your question, well, what is it that I need to be an entrepreneur, are the following. Define the compelling game, structure that organization that is going to get you there, and third, overcome obstacles that are related to money, skills, access, and time. Those are key. If you don't have that, you're not going to make it as a small business person. The seconds that are nice to have is this ability to continually improve what you do. If you don't continuously improve what you do, you will find that at some point in time others are doing things better than you do, and you're out of the marketplace. And the second one is you have to enable others to also help you. If you're a control person, if you like to control things, people, resources, you're probably not going to be a good entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are enablers. They enable others to be able to create wealth so they can create wealth themselves. The second question that I'm asked all the time is, okay, so now I kind of get what I need to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs have to create revenue, they have to grow revenue. I get the idea that starting is just not the right thing to do. If I'm going to start, that's the wrong thing. I need to grow revenue. What are the things that I need to do to grow revenue? Well, after 32 years of having dealt with many, many businesses, large and small, in this city and abroad, I come to the conclusion that the answer has, the question has four parts to the answer. Number one is, for me to be able to grow revenue, you have to improve your operating performance. So if you're sloppy today, you can't be sloppy tomorrow if you're going to be an entrepreneur. If you don't tell the truth today, you're going to have to start training the truth, because trust is everything if you're an entrepreneur. If people don't trust you, you got nothing. You may have a great product, but that's just not. So the first part of the answer of what is it that you need to be able to grow revenue is the one that says your operating performance has to improve by a factor of at least 3 from what you have to do, to what you're doing today. So if today you're not running your own business and you want to start running your own business, your performance has to improve by at least a factor of 3 for you to be able to make it. Second is engage customers. You have to be able to sell. The idea that you're going to hire somebody else to do the selling because you're not comfortable with it, you don't know how to do it, that's the wrong way to go. You have to sell. You have to believe in your market offers. If you don't sell, for whatever reasons, you're going to have problems as an entrepreneur. The third part of that answer is you have to get people to commit to what you're trying to do. So that's why having a compelling vision is very, very important. You're going to need partners. These are people who are going to make money because you make money. You're going to need accountants. You're going to need lawyers. You're going to need space providers. You're going to need marketing people. You're going to need sales people. All those people are going to share your risks. So they have to commit, and you have to convince them that what you're doing makes sense and get their commitment. That's the third part of the answer. And the last one is this idea that you have to, an organization, overcome obstacles. When I had my own business, the idea that I had to go and deal with Revenue Canada was not a fun experience. I hated doing that, and I had to do that. So, once I met the Revenue Canada guys, they were actually quite helpful. They said, well, if you do this, you're going to be out of money, so do this, and they were actually quite helpful. The last point that I want to make before I get off the podium deals with this whole idea of what is a business? You're asking me to create a business, and what is that? Well, it boils down to a business is an abstraction. And that abstraction has 5 very simple components that you as an entrepreneur are going to have to figure out what they are, and you're going to have to be able to manage. Number one is, you've got to find customers that are willing to pay. right? So we're not playing business here. You need customers who are going to pay you cash for something that you are going to deliver to them. Second is you need a market offer. So you need a plan to be able to have what we call a market offer that is differentiated, so it has a difference for which customers are willing to pay. Three, you have to manage cash. You cannot run out of cash. The worst thing that can happen in a small business is for you to have a whole bunch of employees wondering when they're going to get paid, and you wondering where the cash to pay them is going to come from. The fourth thing that you need is talent. And you need to attract talent, and you need to harness that talent to add value to your customers. And the last thing you need to do is find suppliers who are willing to share your risks. This is incredibly important. When you're a small company, the price of $10 doesn't really mean $10. And it certainly does not mean that you have to pay the $10 today. There are suppliers out there who are willing to share your risks. And what they get out of it is that once you have that relationship, you're there forever. So when you have those relationships, they're gold. Anyway, I encourage everybody to hear my fellow presenters. We're going to make 15-minute presentations each. And at the end, we're going to answer your questions, and we'll be here all night answering whatever questions you may have. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Let's make this night a success. Thank you to the organizers. And now I call Mayor Dormer to join us.